Hey, hey, everybody! Excuse me. Uh, Hope you guys are doing good today on this Saturday afternoon. Welcome to the channel. If you are a new subscriber, and if you are returning, welcome back. So I've wanted to do this for I think about a week or so. This has kind of been in the back of my head, and a couple different video ideas. This one though I wanted to do just because. Let me raise that up a little bit. That way it's not completely cutting the top of my head off. There we go. But I wanted to show. I wanted to go back. I want to go in the way back machine here to when I first started collecting, and I wanted to show some of these off. The first ever, my earliest jerseys, my earliest jerseys in the collection, the jerseys that started the collection. And so I'm kind of going from when I started my collection up until I think college, up until I think I was into college. So we're talking from 1992. Yes, I'm dating myself here. From about 1992, when I was a freshman in high school, up until I'd say 98, 99, somewhere in there during the time I was in college. And these are the earliest jerseys in my collection. And I would start out this one. This is the first one. This was the first jersey that kick-started the collection. 1992, September of 1992. I remember this. I remember getting this one very well because I remember this was a little late. This was a birthday present. This was my birthday present in 92. And I remember this because I remember on my birthday, it hadn't shown up yet. It had not shown up yet. And my mom had said, yeah, I ordered it. It just isn't, obviously isn't here yet. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, then 2 days later, just 2 days later in gym class is when a classmate of mine, we kind of bump into each other, we smack knees, and my entire knee goes. My right knee just gone. ACL, MCL, everything. And so needless to say, I was not feeling real good, having to go to the hospital, get x-rays, I had to get an MRI a couple days later. But the cool thing was, even as I come home, I get home, mom brings me home. My leg is in this big long immobilizer that goes basically from my ankle all the way up to the top of my thigh. And I get home, I'm on crutches. I get into the house, and there's a box there, and I'm like, "The heck is this?" And my mom's like, "Open it." I open it up, and here it is. So if there was one thing that made me feel better about blowing my knee out completely, this was there when I got home. I was able to open this up and see this. The very first ever Tampa Bay Lightning jersey, their expansion year, 1992. This, of course, you can tell it's kind of small. It is a large. I was not quite as husky as I would grow into, but I mean, yeah, this is a men's large, and yeah, this was the first jersey of the collection, 1992. You can tell it's been worn a few times. The CCM was basically painted on there, as you can kind of see, and the tag is kind of worn and all that. But yeah, the first ever jersey I ever got that kick-started the collection, and I remember wearing this around, even hobbling around on one leg, and I was kind of like, And then looking in the supply catalogs. Now, of course, little backstory on that. We used to get a catalog. It was it was a hockey supply catalog. It was called Kemp's Hockey Supply. And my brother, who played hockey, we'd look at we'd get a lot of these different catalogs. Look at different equipment. And this was about the time they started actually making the replica jerseys. And I remember seeing a lot of them, and I'm like, those look cool. That's how I found this one. And the first few of them came from that catalog. And I was like, wow, all of these look so nice. And they did. They all looked fantastic. And yeah, so that's I think where my mom got this one from, was from Kemp's. Same as with this one. Same thing. This was my Christmas present in 1992. So, the Lightning and the Senators, they were the expansion teams in 1992. And birthday present, Christmas present. Now, mind you, I'm still hobbling around on one leg after getting surgery on my knee. And but yeah, I remember seeing this when the Senators came into the league and they unveiled this, and I thought, that looks fantastic. I fell in love with it immediately. I loved the logo. I still love the logo. I think the logo is tremendous. The logo is fantastic. Just that Roman Centurion, and of course, you got Ottawa Senators there. You got the little leaf thing in here, which after a couple years, this would take the place of where it says Ottawa Senators. This would go there, and then there would be nothing in the helmet visor there. I guess whatever you want to call that. But yeah, these were the two jerseys that kind of kick-started the collection. Right here. The first two jerseys in my collection. And then it just kind of went from there. Because then, set these down here. Now, mind you, also that Senators jersey is a size large also. Then, I believe this was right around the time when these guys made the change. When they made the change to go to black, I believe they went to this design away from the green, I believe in 93. So I think I got this one in, I think, 94? I'm not entirely sure. Again, this is a men's large. This, of course, is the jersey that I've shown off in previous videos, my senior class picture from 1996. This is the jersey that I was wearing. The reason why I was wearing this jersey was it was 1996, senior class pictures. They were the defending Stanley Cup champions. Now, this is the jersey that I give the cautionary tale. And I always, when I do a jersey unboxing, I always tell people, be careful whether you're using a knife, a box cutter, whatever, to be careful when you open it. Because, as you can kind of see, get a good close up there. I'll move this back, move the microphone back a little bit. But as you can see, right there, I literally, when I realized I had done that, because I got so excited to open it up, I just grabbed a box cutter and I just sliced the bag open. And I sliced it open. And I realized that I did that. I literally almost cried. I literally practically cried. I couldn't believe that I had done it. I could not believe I had done that. Fortunately, it's still something, unless you really see it close up, or you're really looking for it, you're not going to see it. But, you can see here, you can put you can basically put your finger in the hole. But again, that's why I always say, be careful when you are opening a jersey. Don't get overzealous. Don't get so excited that you're just going to go grab it and whoosh, because this is what could happen. Not not good. But this obviously is a jersey I'm never getting rid of, and I will always use that to show people this is what can happen when you get a little excited to open a jersey. Be careful. You do not want that to happen. But yeah, this was one of my first few. The New Jersey Devils, the early slash mid '90s. Now this isn't in necessarily an exact order, because I'm trying to remember exactly what order I got these in is kind of interesting. But I guess in a way I'm kind of trying to, just based on the sizing. Well, then this one I got. This, I think, I'm trying to remember when the Capitals made the change to this. Was this like 95, 96, somewhere in there? I'm not entirely sure. This, of course, was the time when the CCM, you had the CCM tag down there, which, by the way, is an actual patch now. It's not painted on there, but you had the logo patch next to it. I always thought it was kind of cool. I did always like that. I always thought that was nice. But this one, the Screaming Eagle, the original Screaming Eagle. The original Screaming Eagle, of course, had the Capitals on it. Now, I mean, if you can kind of tell, it's painted on. This is just painted on here. Now, the cool thing is with this, they actually did a good enough job painting it on that, because this had been ran through the wash a number of times. It never came off. I always thought that was kind of cool. It never came off. And again, this is an extra large. This one, I think I got. This had to have been probably 94, 95 too. Christmas and birthdays were the main times that I would get jerseys, because I mean, I was in school, so I mean, that's I would always ask I would always ask my mom, here, this is the one I'm looking at. I'd love this one for my birthday, and this one for Christmas, whichever one. But yeah, this one needs a little more laundering again. It's been a while, because I mean, it is a little, we do have a little, it's a little dirty there. But again, this is one I don't wear. I can't really wear. It's an XL, so kind of wearing that may be a little tough. But yeah, but there's this one, and yeah, this one I would say I got in. This one probably was 90, 94, 95 too. Now wait, this is because my Devils one was a large. This is an XL. This is now I'm kind of I mean, I've kind of hit my growth spurt, but now I'm kind of I'm getting the stainless steel stomach and getting into a lot of the food. So there's that one. Then, of course, there's this one. This one, of course, I got. Yeah, and this one's an XL also. Now, this one, I remember, this I got in 95. Because before 1995, 95, 96, these guys weren't a thing. These guys were the Quebec Nordiques. So this I got in 1995. This, of course, is another XL. And this is the cautionary tale of never put your jerseys in the dryer. This is the one where I accidentally put it in the dryer. The entire logo practically peeled off, and it had to be re-sticked on. If you can kind of see right around the edge there. it had to be completely restitched on. Like I said, cautionary tale. Don't put your jerseys in the dryer because that is what can happen. And again, this was the time where you got the CCM logo down there. Obviously, heat pressed in. Of course, there's the Avs logo down there. It's interesting. The front logo completely peeled off in the dryer. The shoulder logos stayed, and the little ones down there stayed. It was interesting for sure. But this was the cautionary tale of never putting your jersey in the dryer. And that's where I learned for sure, never ever. And of course, another PSA: never when you wash your jerseys, don't put them in the dryer. Let them hang dry. It's so much better because you will not end up getting a logo that will peel off on you. And this one, of course, this was when the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup, 1995-96. Now, we go to this one. This one is one of the first 2Xs. As I'm kind of getting bigger and I'm growing out of these sizes, this is a 2X. This, of course, the Blackhawks original third. And when I mean the original third, it doesn't have the black outline. It's got the brown outline. It looks... I would not object. If the Blackhawks went back to this, I wouldn't object to it. I think it looked cool. It's a good look. The striping is great. I love the way the striping is. The red down here is fantastic. And again, you have the CCM tag, heat pressed on there, and of course the Blackhawks logo. Now this is all kind of in the same era of when they were making these, but the brown, it wasn't the complete black outline yet. It was still the brown outline around here. And this, of course, this being a replica, it's not chain stitched. You can see there's no chain stitching here. Of course, the Tomahawks look cool. And this one, I think I got into college. I think I might have been my first year in college, which would have been 1997. I think that's around the time I got this. This one probably would have been another birthday present, something like that. Birthday present or Christmas present. That's how I got most of these early on. They were all either birthday presents or Christmas presents. Like I said, not exactly remember which ones were which, but either birthday presents or Christmas presents. And this is how my collection kind of began. My collection started trying to get at least one jersey for all the teams. And then, of course, we had this one. This I got in college also. Near the 1990s Philadelphia Flyers. And again, same kind of era. The CCM tag. The CCM tag there. Flyers logo down there. I always thought how CCM did these. They were fantastic. And yes, most of these jerseys, especially the 2Xs, I still fit in. I still fit in these, which is awesome considering these are jerseys from the 90s, the mid to late 90s, at least the 2Xs. So yeah, here's Philadelphia's. This one, another one I would have gotten during during college. Christmas, birthday, somewhere in there. Then we have, of course, as we keep on going here, we have this classic. And this one I would say is kind of a classic. The Toronto Maple Leafs. Now this one they did a little differently than the past few. Of course, there's the maple leaf on the shoulder, looks fantastic. The Harold Ballard maple leaf, kind of what everybody remembers this as. I like this logo. I do. I am a fan of this logo. it's mainly because it's relatively easier. It's easier to draw than say that or even the current Maple Leaf logo. But I like this logo. I did not mind it at all. Now this one was a little different. You can tell here the CCM tag. They changed up the CCM tag a little bit, and they took the team off. So this was another thing they did in the late '90s, where they kind of changed up the CCM tags. But again, I like this one. I always love that leaf on the shoulder. Looks fantastic. And of course the striping is great. Of course the white on the bottom, it looks tremendous. So then we go from that one and we go to this one. Now this one was a complete accident. My mom got this one by accident, but I did not mind it because it looked cool. There was one I was wanting one in particular. I can't remember exactly which one it was. It might have been the original one. I'm not entirely positive, but it ended up being this one. And this one I liked. I really did like this. I liked this a lot. This is of course the Ducks used this as an alternate for a bit. And of course this was during a time when you still had that CCM tag and you had the logo on the back. It's cool. It was a really cool look, and I remember my mom saying, I could probably take it back, and I'm like, no, hell no. I was like, I liked it, and like I said, it wasn't one that I was initially wanting, but I looked at it and I was like, that's kind of cool. I guess the design is cool. You get the gray on the bottom, of course the multiple stripes here. The yellow, the eggplant, the gray, that kind of greenish teal. It looks cool. It's a cool look. And of course that striping goes all the way around to the back. And it does. It looks really cool. They made a white version of this too. There was, I think, a couple of years where they actually went with this as a home as the what would have been the road jersey, because at that time the white ones were the home jerseys. But yeah, this one I got totally on accident, and happy accident. Perfect type of happy accident. I just remembered one from out yonder. Okay, there were a couple that I had forgotten about that were out there that I wanted to show too. Now this one I know I got in 1997. This, of course, the original Phoenix Coyotes. This I do remember getting in 1997 97, 98, after they had left Winnipeg and became the Phoenix Coyotes. Now, I remember after I got this and I would wear it around, I would get some interesting looks because people literally looked at this and they were like, what the hell is that? They had no clue what this was. And even I wasn't completely sure. I'm like, it's supposed to be a coyote, but I didn't there. I'm like, I didn't really know. I wasn't that familiar with the Kachina heritage or whatever at the time. And that a lot of this is basically, Kachina related. The neckline here, of course, the original neckline, is nice and thick. You can see it's a nice thick material. And of course, they have the moon here, Phoenix Coyotes. It was an interesting look for sure. When they moved, it was definitely an interesting look. The pattern there, which looks sweet. Of course, there's the CCM logo. This is around the time they started, the late 90s, they started putting the CCMs on the sleeve as well as on the bottom. Now here, they kept the CCM down there on the bottom. They took the logo off and they started putting that. They started putting the little NHL puck logo on the back, which again, kind of a cool look. But yeah, when they started doing that, that's when they started putting the CCM then on the sleeves, which still look pretty decent. But yeah, the original Arizona Coyotes jersey, got this one in 97. Their very first year. I went and was able to snag that one. I think I got this one for birthday. I think this might have been a birthday. No, wait, no, because it wouldn't have been out yet. It would have been probably Christmas. It would have either been Christmas of that first year that they were in the league, or it would have been the very next year. But yep, the original Coyotes. Then we have here a jersey that I really wish they would go back to. This needs to make a comeback. The Dallas Stars, the Star jersey. This jersey needs to make a comeback. Now, one thing that I did notice about a lot of these, I mean, this is when they were really big into the dye sublimation. And, because you would do that, and it would flatten out. It would flatten out a lot of the Airnet polyester. It would flatten it out, and it would make it fit differently. Like this jersey compared to this jersey. Now, again, this of course is, if you can see the tag. You can kind of see the tag there. This is a 2XL in the Arizona Coyotes. This one here is also a 2XL. You can kind of see the tag there. Now, same sizes, different fit. This is a lot tighter than that Coyotes jersey or a lot of these other ones. Mainly because I think the way they did the dye sublimation at the time is they switched the size. They did a bunch of different things. And they also changed up the CCM tag on the bottom. They went with that type of tag, which I mean I'm plenty okay with. It's not bad. But again, the sizing was a lot different in this one in comparison to some of those other ones. And this one, of course, I did find outside in the storage shed. And of course, there's the 1999 Stanley Cup patch from when they won the Cup in '99. And I had gotten this, I believe this was 1998. I think I probably got this. But yeah. So, yeah, that's a nice one too. I guarantee there are probably others that I have in the totes or whatever dating back from that time. But yeah, these are, I'm already almost a half hour into showing these off. Now, these ones were interesting. They're exactly the same. Same jersey style. But are they? Can you spot the difference between these? I will show you the difference. Now this is the CCM version. They had not gone over to the CCM/Coho yet. This one is the CCM version. Of course, I really like this jersey. This Sharks jersey looks really cool. I always thought it looked cool. The logo on the front, of course, the original Sharks logo looks incredible. The one thing I couldn't figure out is why they went with this deep V-neck here, this V-neck design. I mean, it literally. I mean, you can kind of see the difference between what the initial V-neck style was and what they went to. It's like down to here. I don't know. I did did they want to have people show off more chest hair or a little more cleavage? I don't know. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they went with the lower V neck there. But at this time, at least with this one, they had this material, this this real shiny silky type of material, which I always thought was really cool. And they did not have that on the bottom though. They had the normal. They just had the normal gray type of thread polyester on the bottom, but you had the really cool shiny shiny silver, and I thought it looked pretty cool. I thought it was a very cool look. And yes, it is interesting when you rub your hands in it or whatever. Yeah, it's a very slippery type of silk material. But then for whatever reason I wanted this one. Which by the way, the tags of course, the CCM tag there, and of course that CCM tag, you know, you got that. But now we switch over. Now they made the now they started doing the Coho ones, where the home jerseys, the white jerseys were the CCMs. The road and the alternates, the thirds, would be Coho. And this is a Coho jersey. And again, same thing. Now they changed the tag a little bit here, put the Canadian flag in there because it's made in Canada. But if you look at that, it's not that silky. It's not that silky silver material. It's more of that gray material, that dull gray material. And of course, this was at the time too where they were really experimenting with this whole venting thing here, which I and it goes all the way down. It's very odd. They were doing a lot of experimenting at this time with the different materials, the venting, and what exactly would work. And yeah, as you can see, it goes all the way. It's all the way up. Now again, the cool thing is when you look at a jersey like this, and you can see it on both sides. When you look at it, it literally looks like on both sides you got a set of shark fins that go all the way up there, and it's kind of a neat little design. And again, they didn't need this. They didn't need that low V-neck. Of course, the original logo looks fabulous. And this is when they started putting the names or the manufacturers at the top and not on the bottom. So there you have Coho. There's the Coho name. Now at the bottom, they still kept the little puck at the bottom, but as they did with the CCM, they put the Coho logo on the front. Now again, some people look, is there really a difference between CCM and Coho? No. No difference. No difference in sizing, no difference in material, nothing. None of that was any different. Because CCM owned Coho. So basically, all they did was it was just a branding thing. They put the Coho name on some of those just in a way to try to get, like I said, it's total, a branding thing. So those are some of my earliest original jerseys that started the collection that I had gotten from now. I believe those last couple were beyond 1999. I think those were like 2001, 2002, something like that. But the ones before those last two were a lot of the original jerseys in the collection that started the collection, from 1992 up until probably 1999, somewhere in there. But let me know though what you guys think. You know, hopefully you're able to make it through the whole thing. If you are able to, if you're a diehard and you watch it from start to finish, thank you so very much. Hopefully you will. And yeah, what are some of the earliest jerseys that you guys have? What jerseys? What are the first jerseys that you guys started your collections with? I'd kind of like to know. And how far back do your collections go? When did you start your collection? How long have you been collecting? Like I said, this is the year 2024. I started my collecting in 1992. Been a long time. And I'm still collecting as you can kind of see back here. And of course, in the other closet where I got those last couple. So, again, let me know your guys' opinions in the comment section. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit that share button. You can share with your friends, share with your family. Put the word out there. Word of mouth. Whatever you want. If you really dig the channel, and you want other people to find it, let them know about it. It would be greatly appreciated. I love you all, and yeah. So yeah, jersey collecting. It's an interesting task for sure. It's a lot of fun. It's very cool. I still collect. I've got a few that I want to get my hands on. There are a couple of Adidas jerseys, prime green jerseys. I found one that they're a lower price, so I'm trying to get. There's a couple of home ones that I have not gotten yet in the Adidas prime green that I think I have one coming, and I will have another one hopefully coming maybe in another week plus once I actually order it, and then yeah, then I'll basically have all the prime greens, all the prime greens updated that I want, and then I'll have to there's a few of the Fanatics premium ones that I will try to get my hands on. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit like, hit subscribe, let your friends know about the channel. Go ahead and share this video or any other video if you want to from the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, to all the fellow jersey collectors, rock on. And again, hit like, hit subscribe. I will see you guys later.